Good morning, friends. Today we're going to be looking at division. And when we look at division today, we're actually going to take a little step back and talk about multiplication, because I know you've heard me say 1,000 times multiplication and division are related. So we're going to start with what we're really familiar with, and that's multiplication. So let's take a look at the problem that I have today. I have Lily was baking cookies for her family. She baked 12 cookies. How many cookies can Lily and her two brothers have if they share them equally? So there's a couple things that we already know just from reading our problem. We know that she baked 12 cookies, and we know that she wants to share them with Lily and her two brothers. So we know that there's 12. We know how we want to share them. So friends, if we start this problem by thinking multiplication, remember multiplication is equal groups of something. So we already know how many groups we have. We are going to be putting these into groups for Lily and her two brothers. Lily and her two brothers, that makes 3 groups. So on my board, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw my 3 groups. Now remember, if we're thinking multiplication, this is 3 groups of, now here's the part that we don't know. We don't know how many are going to go in each group. And remember, as mathematicians, if we don't know a number, we use a variable instead. And variables are letters that represent a number. So I'm just going to use the letter M, since we don't know how many will go in each group, but we do know the total. We know that altogether she made 12 cookies. So we're going to write equals 12. Now, remember, multiplication and division are related. When we solve this problem, friends, we're not actually using multiplication. We're using division, because we're going to start with our 12 cookies. We're going to divide them into 3 groups. Now, you can do this one of 2 ways. You have your counters. You can use your counters, draw your 3 groups, and partition out your counters. I'm going to show you how you can just use dots inside the equal groups. So let me change my color here. We're going to make blue dots. So when you partition, you want to make sure that you're counting carefully. Either count your cubes ahead of time before you partition. I'm going to be counting as I partition. So 1 in each group at a time. We keep our groups equal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I partitioned. I stopped when I got to 12 because my total number was 12. So let's think division this time, friends. We started with 12 cookies. We divided them into 3 groups. We didn't know how many were going to go in each group at the beginning, so we used that variable M. Now that we've partitioned, though, we can solve for our variable. We know what M equals now. If you look, each group has 4. So that means M equals 4. And it would equal 4 in this case as well. 3 times 4, remember you can use your 3 song, 3, 6, 9, 12. 3 times 4 equals 12. So today for your assignment, you're going to be reading problems and you're going to be solving them. You need to look at the multiplication and the division fact, because remember, when we look at this could be represented by multiplication, but it could also be represented by division, because they're related. All right, have fun with your problems today, friends. If you need any help, let me know.